nice.
Yeah.
Well, when do we get them?
After this.
I'm dehydrated beyond belief.
How's the camera? You happy?
We're good?
Sweet as. Rachin, Ravindra, orders. Do you want to start?
Yeah, sure. Rachin, I see you've got the sleeveless pullover on there. What was it like in the conditions that it was in the day? It seemed like it was getting really gusty and windy. Was it difficult for the bowlers?
Yeah, I think whenever you get a win like that, obviously we know in New Zealand we deal with a lot amongst a lot of the grounds. But yeah, I'm sure it's never quite easy to bowl with that cross breeze there, and it's nice for obviously our spinners, they get a bit of drift out of it. But yeah, it certainly drains you when you're got the wind smashing in the face.
Right forward to probably tomorrow first, but how are the footmarks looking at how would you describe the shape? Are they sources? Are they craters? Where are they at the moment?
I don't think it has as much wear and tear yet. I mean, we still remember it's only day 2, and I think especially Wickets in New Zealand, they tend to maybe crumble towards day 4 and 5. So it really is a patience game, and I think that'll be the sort of name of the game going forward.
You're giving yourself plenty of time. You've got 72 yourself. I mean, that team total is formidable. What was the thought in the dressing room around that? Where's the team at with that batting performance?
Yeah, I think we're pretty chip with that. I guess Dev's knock was incredible, and I think the way him and Tommy set the tone, and there was a couple of key partnerships in the middle there which got us to that total. I think at T we're talking about around that 550 and then looked to pull out, and Jazzy came out and batted really well and got us to sort of 570 odd or whatever it was in the end. So we're happy with that. Obviously when you get the chance to declare in your first innings on that total, it's always hell of an effort, and very proud of the boys for that.
Rachin, batting with AJ's bring back memories.
Yeah, test debut. Jeez, long time ago now. That's like, what, 4 years ago? 4 years ago? Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, I've actually batted a lot with Jazzy through that, and even like A cricket and stuff, and winter squad. So it's nice to have a familiar face at the other end.
Obviously he's going to be in for a lot of bowling, and Ben's going to be in for a lot of bowling. Do you think there's a chance that you might be called on to slow your arm over?
If it's only to give Jazzy a break. I'm always happy to bowl for the boys, but yeah, probably will be at some point. Hopefully that wicket takes a little bit of turn, because today wasn't really doing as much with Roston bowling. So hopefully with that wind and then sun out, dries it out a wee bit.
Looks like it's going to be a long, hard slog, so that this test probably is going to go quite deep.
Yeah, I mean, that's the cool thing. I think that's spectacle, and I think that's what the public want, and we showed, obviously, coming out with a draw was disappointing on that first test, but it was an amazing game, and that's the template for test cricket, and sometimes modern day is not really like that, but it's good to have one of the old school type games once in a while, and I think that the boys are well positioned, and I'm sure we'll be as patient as we can.
Rachin, you've been out there and batted on it. How flat is that? We've only seen 8 wickets fall in 2 days.
See, I've got hopefully another chance to bat, so I can't really want to say it's too flat. It is a good wicket. I think there's still a little bit in it, for sure. I think they showed through the middle there. I think Jaden Seals had a really nice spell, and see Greavesy bowled really well on it too, and I think there's definitely a bit in there if you bash your wicket for a long period of time. So, I mean, hopefully there's wickets out there for us.
Just on your innings, was there any comms about you pushing to get to 100?
Nah, honestly, it doesn't really bother me in that way. I think whatever you score runs is for the team. It's team contribution, not necessarily yours. So I was happy to, leave it at that situation. I think when you have 5 sitting on the board, there's no real point trying to bat on for too much longer, because you want to advance the game.
On AJ's, there's been so much commentary over the last 4 years about his role in New Zealand. Is this now sort of his test to win for New Zealand without putting too much pressure on?
I wouldn't say so. I mean, look, we've got a bowling attack, which is a team, and everyone has their role to play. So I don't think it's really our way or the Kiwi way to sort of put the onus on one guy and the Black Caps way to do that. And I think it's just by little individual contributions, and it also might not be him taking the wicket. Sometimes it could be the pressure he's created at the other end, and there's a lot of little partnership stuff that we talk about as a team. So I mean, I'm sure he'll be great, and his consistency will be there. But for us, it's just, I guess, chipping in and staying there.
The idea of spin playing such a huge part to win a test in New Zealand, is that a bit strange?
Yeah, certainly strange. I mean, we saw, I feel like one game against Aussie last year in Wellington when Nathan Lyon and GP got a test viper as well. That was unbelievable. We don't see that too often. So, I mean, it's a great little refresh. I think it's great for us as well, being adaptable and, changing our games a little bit. And it's cool to have 2 quality spinners in the lineup too that can hopefully bowl us to a win.
You mentioned Christchurch. How much does, the frustration of not being able to get it on there come into effect here?
I wouldn't say frustration. I'd imagine, look, we always want to win games of cricket, and sometimes it doesn't work out, and they played really well. Rachin and Greavesy played really good cricket. So, yeah, I mean, you always want to put your best foot forward, and hopefully it doesn't end up in a draw if you've got a winning position. But like I said, we hopefully do our jobs, and they'll take care of itself.
You talked about the bowling of Seals and Graves in that second session in particular. Was there something in particular they were doing well that you thought would be bad?
Yeah, I think we sort of identified it in the changing room after we saw our wrap-up. Was just like, sort of those wobble balls and back of the length, and something a little bit which is not quite traditional test cricket. I mean, you probably want to push the ball a little bit up forward and swing the ball, whereas on this, I think if you bash away and try hit those little scallops, it might do a little bit, and I think they sort of showed the way with that little wee spell there, so I'm sure the boys will come back and do exactly what's needed.
When you were batting with Dev, the LBW, What did you say to him when you had that conversation? Was it along the lines of, I think you're plum, mate?
Oh man, every part of me wanted him to review it because it's like he's on 220s, batting so nicely, not even in danger of getting out. It was obviously a nice ball, but I said to him, I think it looks pretty straight, bro. He's like, yeah, let me go. So yeah, I mean that happens. He batted beautifully. I mean that's Devon Conway to a T, and being able to score freely and hitting such elegant shots, and it was an absolute pleasure to watch, and even more so batting with him at the end.
So West Indies came out and batted, and they batted pretty well at the end there. Do you think New Zealand missed the lines and lengths at all, or did they just put on a bit of masterclass?
I think they certainly batted well, and I think it is what it is sometimes. You miss in execution, and I think we'll never fault the guys for trying, and we know the effort's always there. And I know as a bowler myself, I know it's not easy to hit every ball on a 10 cent dime. So look, lucky we've got a lot of runs on the board, and the boys will come back firing, I'm sure of it. And we sort of identified what we need to do, and it's there.
And we talked about Christchurch and the fight that West Indies showed there. After yesterday was a pretty demoralising day for them, but they've come back with great fight. How do you approach playing the West Indies? Because it seems like they're never quite out of it.
Yeah, I mean they've shown in their recent history too. I mean, right? They even against India at their home conditions, they pushed. I think it was in their third innings. I think John Campbell might have gone 100 and he batted really nicely. Obviously their form as well. Christchurch, way Shea's been batting and Greavesy, and I think that's testament to them and fighters. I think they never quite go away, and I think that'll test us as well. And we know that, so we've got to put our best foot forward.
They've had Shea home today with illness. Kimo Roach hamstring issue. John Campbell's batted, but he's got a bad right hand. Is it refreshing? It's not your team.
I mean, yeah, I'd never like to see people go down for sure, but I guess the luck that we've had, I feel for all the guys who've gone down in our team, and yeah, I don't know. I hope those guys are feeling better and able to play, part in the game. So you never like to see people go down.
We saw in the first innings in Christchurch and then the second innings in Wellington that when you do put a bit of pressure on this West Indies batting like they can fall apart. I know you guys aren't the most prolific sledgers going around, but is that something that is discussed at all about really letting them know that they're in trouble?
I wouldn't say it's sledging. I think it's our own presence, and I think the way we do it, and whether it's a body language thing or it's helping each other out or doing we call them free stuff, tapping the ball on the back after bowling a great 6 balls or little buzzing around, getting the ball to the keeper. That stuff is important for us. And look, we have natural competitors in the team, and if it happens organically, great. If it doesn't, all good. We know we're going to come out and compete.
Have you ever sledged anyone in your entire life, Rach?
Not at all. I don't think I'm witty enough to come up with stuff.
Rach, just speaking of what you just said there, did you notice Johan Lane whenever they got a wicket while you were out there, sort of steaming in the boundary and giving it massive sort of fist bumps and leaps?
Yeah, I saw that. I'm good on him. It's good. It's good to have a little bit of energy in the game. You love that as a competitor.
I know that's what happened a couple of days ago, but your IPL deal, moving teams again. How much looking forward to that?
Yeah, it's great. I mean, we have a great Kiwi crew there. Timmy Southey, obviously, and Saif and Finn, and we've got CD, our trainer, there too. So it'll be fun. Great couple of months, and for a different team, hopefully experience a new environment.
Outside of your international teammates, is there anyone looking forward to sort of sharing your dressing room with?
Hopefully facing a little bit in Orion and trying to pick what way it's turning. That'd be cool. But no, I honestly haven't given too much of a think of it. I think we're here playing a test match, so to me that's important right now.